to hear from our #1 independent sales director in unit sales. And I just was backstage with Jennifer. And I feel like, Pam, you should come up and introduce her, my friend. Come up here. You're her senior. Woo! It's just hard. If I had the #1, would I want someone else's mother introducing her? That would be hard for me. So I'm going to turn this over to you, unbeknownst to you.
Okay.
She's a doll.
She is.
Okay.
Thank you. Give it up for Monique. #1. Well, they like the #1 to introduce the #1, so here I go. Okay. Independent Senior Sales Director Jen Besecker began her Mary Kay business in June of 2003. Debuted as a sales director in 2004 April. She is a 6-time double star achiever and achieved triple star in 2010. She was a top 10 sales director nationwide in 2014. She's also led her unit to the $1 million Circle of Excellence in 2007. Her highest monthly commission check for 1 month so far is over $23,000. She's received the highest honor in Mary Kay when she was named the annual Go Give winner for her seminar in 2011 when she birthed her last child. Please stand and welcome from Crofton, Maryland, Independent Executive Senior Sales Director Jen Besecker!
Hasn't this been the most amazing, power-packed 24 hours ever? Oh my goodness. So I want to start out by thanking our Mary Kay corporate staff. They have worked hours and hours behind the scene. They still don't get to go home today. They got to stay, pack up, and do everything. Let's give Mary Kay corporate a big round of applause. I mean, they deserve it. Thank you all so incredibly much. They are incredible. They are running around taking care of us, making sure everything runs smoothly. And I also want to thank a few other people in this room that I don't think we recognize what they do. There is a booth back there that handles our sound, audio, and lights. Back over there in the corner. Let's give them a big round of applause. I mean, they got to be on every moment, every second of what we're doing and making it right. Then we have a small group that I've been watching this entire time I'm here of our interpreters. They have been sitting there. We have 2 interpreters, maybe more. Give them a big round of applause. I mean, wow. What a blessing that they gave their time here with us. And then how about our national sales directors? Haven't they been amazing? The most servant leaders. You know what I noticed? They haven't been sitting in their seats. They have been up, jumping, praising us, high five. It makes me want to be a national faster because I'm like, I want to do that. I want to high five everybody and hug everybody and love on everybody. Wow, let's give our nationals another big round of applause. To our #3 director, Dawn. Seeing you embrace your moment that you've dreamed about just touched my heart. I was literally teary-eyed listening to you last night. And I just thank you for sharing your story and thank you for entrusting me with your consultants. I'm blessed that I have them in my Mary Kay family. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Dawn. Our #2 director, Shawnee. I just found out this morning that we signed our beauty agreement on the same month, the same year. How awesome is that? So fun. I want to thank you for your friendship. We have really developed a great friendship over this past year of just talking, sharing ideas, just becoming really good friends, and that is priceless to me. And thank you for giving me the honor and the privilege and trusting me to have your consultants. They are part of our family. Give them a big round of applause. And of course, you all know the biggest thing goes to my Mary Kay unit. If I could have my unit, my newest offspring, Bernadette, and stand up with her unit members. Lisa Goodwin, June Stewart, my other offsprings are unit members. Can you all please stand? These ladies. Don't sit down, ladies, because I'm going to talk to you right here from me. I want to thank each and every single one of you for doing life with me, because you don't have to do life with me, but you trust me to be your leader, to be your mentor. We are one big family. Even though we're our own units, it takes a whole village to create what we have. So thank you for giving me that honor to be your leader. Can we give them all another big round of applause? Oh, this is my favorite part, when I get to share a little bit about my journey in Mary Kay that hopes that it touches at least one of you or some of you to have the courage to go out and do more. You see, I really believe that God started my Mary Kay journey when I was 14. That's when I was blessed with my first sweet baby boy, Andrew. I actually got gifted with the baby before I was even old enough to get a driver's license. Can you believe it? Yes, I was 14 when I had him. At the time, people told me I was crazy, I shouldn't keep my baby, including my own doctor told my mother that if I was his daughter, he would have her get an abortion right away. I stayed strong to knowing that it was a gift from God, and I kept my sweet little boy. Had him 2 weeks before my 15th birthday. I actually quit school. My highest education to date is 9th grade. And I'm very proud of it, y'all, because you know what? Thanks to Mary Kay, I make more money than most people with college degrees and advanced degrees. You see, when I quit school and I had my sweet baby, I had to lie about my age to get 2 jobs. I worked at the local Kmart and I worked at Pizza Hut because I had to buy diapers and formula. I tried to take my G. I failed it a couple times. That just wasn't happening. So I took what's called a high school equivalence. It's like, your experience in life that basically give you a so-called diploma. Well, at 17, I had baby number 2, my sweet daughter, Ashley. At that point, I knew I needed to do something more than work at Kmart. I decided to go to a secretarial school where you learn how to type. It was like a year program, you learn how to type. Took shorthand back then, can you believe it? Okay, so I went to this school to learn a skill because I knew if I got a skill, I was a hard worker. I graduated there, I got a big old job in DC working for a law firm. I used to be a legal secretary that would fill in where secretaries were out. So that's really a hard job because you don't know the partner's personalities, but I was a happy, cheerful person, and that's what I did. Well, fast forward my life a little bit. I got married. I had baby number 3 when I was 22, my sweet little Ryan. And I actually worked my way up to being the recruiting coordinator for the law firm. I was coordinating, hiring the attorneys. I thought my life was picture perfect. I owned a townhome, had 3 kids, had a great job in DC, but lo and behold, God had a different plan for me. At the age of 30, I actually went through something called a divorce. Nobody likes that. It's not fun. It's not a fun place to be. I found myself a single mom, literally feeling like a hamster on a hamster wheel. I was working 50, 60 hours a week with commute back and forth to DC. All I did was work. I felt like a big failure in life. I failed in my marriage. I'm failing as a mommy. I'm broke. I have no money. You get a divorce. You either split the assets or you split the debt. Well, we split the debt. I got half of it. So this is how Mary Kay came into my life. My best friend, Dawn Kobe, who's here in the room. Give Dawn Kobe a big final applause. If it wasn't for her sharing the opportunity with me, I just shudder to think what my life would be like. She called me up and she says, Jen, you're never gonna believe what I'm doing. I'm selling Mary Kay. And I said, why are you doing that? That's kind of a stupid idea. Literally, I told her that. She hung up the phone and she told her wise husband, Jen doesn't think I should do Mary Kay. Maybe I should quit. And thankfully he says, well, how does she know? Has she ever done it? Why are you gonna listen to her? Thankfully she didn't. Long story short is she had a debut party. She invited me. I said, sorry, I'm not coming. I'm too busy. I don't have time and I don't wear makeup. Well, of course a best friend shows up, right? I show up a half hour late with 2 kids that are fighting, 9 and 12 at the time, refused to sit down and have a facial. Literally told her no. Well, I did sit down for a facial because she had to do a power start, and my face wouldn't count if I didn't sit down and try the product. I fell in love with the product. I kept looking in the mirror at how gorgeous I was. But what changed my life was that day, the director who was there, Sarah Miller, started talking about her life and how much money she made as a sales director. And I was literally like, what did you say you make? What? Doing selling lipsticks? Sign me up. Dawn's exact words were to me, she leaned over and said, don't sign up, wait and see if I'm any good. I said, let me be clear, girl, it's not for you. I'm too cheap to pay you full price and I'm signing up. Signed up that night, and I'd love to tell you I was a superstar at the starting gate. I was not. I got my starter kit and I wasn't excited. I was overwhelmed. Fear hit me, right? False evidence appearing real. I shoved everything in the box, even ordered some inventory, shoved in the closet and told Dawn I'm not selling this stuff. And it wasn't the word stuff, it was another word begins with H. I mean, S. Anyways, I'm just being honest. It was. And I tried to give it to her. She wouldn't take it. I'm like, I'm not selling this. I'm not selling this. Long story short, fast forward my life 6 months later. It's in December. I'm flat broke. Credit cards are maxed out. I have no money. Christmas time's coming. Couldn't buy presents. I called Dawn. I said, I fail in life. I just broke up with my boyfriend I was dating at the time. I'm now married to him, by the way, but I broke up with Eric. I said, Dawn, I'm a failure. I can't date anybody. I have crazy kids, crazy life. I'm a terrible mother. I never see my kids and I'm broke. And she says, Jen, there's always Mary Kay. And I was like, well, you shut up about Mary Kay. She said, no, I won't. I won't. If you just come to one training and learn how to do this business, I know you'll be great. Well, you know what? The only way I can get her to shut up was to go. So I said, fine, I'm going. Well, this is where it changed my life. I went to that new consultant orientation in December, and I learned the marketing plan. I heard how you can move up and share the opportunity, become a sales director. And the director doing the class painted a vision of what her life was like. I wanted that life. And at that moment, at that time, was the first time ever in my life I felt in control. Because you see, something I shared earlier with the consultants is that I've always struggled in life with reading. I have a reading comprehension problem. I learned to read by sight and memory, not by phonetically sounding. To this day, if you give me something to read, I will panic. That's why I don't have any notes with me, because I can't read and comprehend what I'm doing. So all in my life as a legal secretary, in my jobs, I always felt inadequate. I felt less than. I felt like any day I could be fired. I just felt like I didn't belong there. And then I show up at this Mary Kay place, and someone paints the vision. You didn't have to read and you didn't have to write. And I thought, I can do this. Squirt, put this on. How's your face feel? Great. Okay. My time's up. Can you believe it? Okay. Anyways, so I'm just going to do this real quick to fast forward. I felt completely in control, so I ran with this business. So I got in my red jacket in December, and January and February, I got into DIQ and on target for car. In March, I came to a career conference in Baltimore, right? I came to a career conference, and guess what? I was a DIQ, brand new in the company, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. This is my first event. I want to come back and be the #1 sales director. I want to do big things in Mary Kay. I left out of there, and we became a director April 1st. And through April through June, we went from 30 team members to 100. We built 8 red jackets in my unit. We earned our pink Cadillac, and that was my springboard to do 700,000 my very first year in Mary Kay. We came back the next year as the #1 unit. I tell you this because you can do it. It is worth the hard work. It is worth making the phone calls. It's worth, going to the facials and the appointments. It's worth never giving up. I'm so thankful and grateful that I ran this race, and I ran it hard, and I didn't look back. I wish I had more time to share with how it's blessed my life and the blessing. I did forget one thing that I can't get off the stage without saying. I do have another baby. She's 7 years old. I can't forget to talk about her, my story. My oldest is now 32, owns his own company in cybersecurity, multi-million-dollar business, 35 employees, the one that everybody told me not to keep. Wow, thank you, right? Number 2, I have a granddaughter. I have a 29-year-old, beautiful, sweet daughter who has given me 2 grandbabies, and she's a stay-at-home mommy and works in my office, which I love. My 25-year-old son was my 9-year-old when I started. He is just the love of my life. And then I have my sweet little Bella, who's 7 years old, that God gifted me in my starter kit. I say that because we had to go through in vitro 3 rounds, $40,000 to get this beautiful miracle baby. And if it wasn't for Mary Kay, I wouldn't have had the money, but most importantly, I wouldn't have had the good, positive attitude never to quit and do one more round, do one more round, do one more round. I said to my doctor, let's be clear, you are getting me pregnant. Love you guys. Mwah.